Hello everyone, how are you doing? Welcome to another video. This is the last video of the revision Compo hype series that I was planning for 2023. 7 to 10 of April, just a few days away. Some organizers have already left to go on their way to Saarbrücken to start building up. They're starting to build stuff up right now as I record this video. So the hype is real, the party is happening. Gonna be great fun. Hope to see everybody there. Let's talk about PC demos. So PC demos is usually considered the main competitions for the parties. The PC is the most advanced machine. There's a lot of duality between the Amiga scene, Commodore 64 scene, that you should be targeting a specific platform. The PC is more freeform, gives you more ability to do stuff, but it also gives you more technology access that you can explore to, show your creative things, which is what the demo scene is all about, show the limitations of what you can do. And if you have more infinite resources, supposedly you will do better demos. Should check out the rules for the competition, the compo machine that they will have. They have the special NVIDIA RTX 6000 series that got loaned by NVIDIA themselves from NVIDIA Research, if I'm not mistaken, which is more like a 4080 but with more bells and whistles. So expect top of the line PC card for the compo, so your demo should run battery smooth, but don't forget to optimize just the same. I will leave the rest of the remaining things here. You can target different platforms, Windows, Linux, and Mac stuff. You can also do browser-based demos, either export them or make sure that they run locally without needing to access local file access, which can be a bit of a hassle, but the organizers decided that it would be the best way to go. Anyways, let's talk about the previous revisions demos that happened. Revision 2011 had a total of 11 entries, some text-based demos actually here by Adimps. Actually, I think it's fake text, rendering into text blocks, but not really being, it's like OpenGL based, I think, I'm not sure. Anyways, Voxland by RBBS, take on Minecraft. SpacePigs already doing some stuff. This is pre-Kevin days. There are two SpacePigs, actually there are three SpacePigs eras. There's the SpacePigs that were original on the Amiga, which this modern SpacePigs is sort of making fun of, or they were supposedly making fun of. And then there was this SpacePigs thing pre-Kevin era, which was more weird and bizarre and sometimes I don't know adjectives to call it. And then there's the post-Kevin SpacePigs, which kind of formed that universe of Kevin and all the things around that that is more specific and not as generic as this pre-Kevin SpacePigs. And that is the history about SpacePigs. I just heard the Zine podcast show with Oki interviewing JCO talking about SpacePigs, so this was on my mind right now. Anyways, moving on to the rest of the entries from 2011. Some stuff for Mac, which is always cool to see. Actually, a dual entry. Scum of the Earth with Full of Wind. Monstra Cosa by Satori, which I would think was the comeback of Satori. They've been away for many years. And I think this was the year that they came back with a demo. I could be wrong. It could have been earlier. But really cool to see Satori active again on the demo scene. Nuance also doing something. They've been active for a long time and still at it. Farbrush and Levels did a collaboration. Nuance actually did two demos because one is not enough. And PandaCube won the compo. And PandaCube has been like top of the game of the PC demo compo for quite a while. They are consistent. They don't have my favorite style of demos. It feels like, how can I say this properly? They have a kind of demo making style that kind of reminds me of the 90s demos in terms of direction, but the technology is modern, so they apply modern technology on top of things, but still have a more 90s vibe, sort of. I don't want to call it a flyby because it's not just 3D models. They also have some other stuff besides 3D. But yeah, that's what kind of like PandaCube reminds me of, but it's usually very well done and you see a lot of effort into it. Like the models always have a lot of work into it. There's also a lot of timeline things. So they're also usually very good demos. They don't resonate very well with me personally because I have more experimental taste, but Pentacube is always very, very on point and usually releasing at revision and usually winning the compo or getting on the top spots. Anyways, 2012, let's take a look. 18 entries that we had, some collaboration from, I believe, Japan, if I'm not mistaken. Brainstorm and Traction also did an entry. I think Preacher doing one of his more soulful, experimental, one effect kind of demos, which always very cool to see, but doesn't always work very well on the compo. Variform 2 from Coolers. Everybody had been asking, when are you going to release another Variform? When are you going to release another Variform? They released Variform 2 as a kind of a fuck you, or kind of a stop asking us about Variform 2 sort of way. Putting some noise into it, some weird finished rap with a lot of effects, a lot of shit, a fuck you sign right in the beginning. So, really sending a message out there that, you know, they're going to do whatever they want to do and either you like it or you don't like it. In this case, people didn't really like it. I really liked Variform 2. I think it's a very funny demo. And the noise is good as well. Like, as far as noise goes, it's a pretty good noise demo. Gonzo Gong by Power Team from Denmark, I believe, also did something. Crystal Meth in Space by the Artful Hillbillies. Darklight also released an experimental something. Short Transmission by Edge of Panic, very clean 3D there. Missing some features, but good on the models. Distorted Memories by Jolt. Machine by Umlaut Design. Black Party 5 Non-Invitation by Desire, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. School that Black Party was still happening back then. It has stopped happening since. Accelerate by Frequency, a Popsy Team, a Linux demo, always cool to see. Bring Me Flower, this very unique use of analog drawings or childish-like drawings to make like a narrative out of it. Very well done by Numtech. 0x4 by Linus Michu and Zelza. I have no recollection of this one whatsoever. Omnis Ars Imitatio Natura Est by Straight and Nuance. Nuance always doing something for revision as well. You can see another Nuance demo here. Then Mac of Floppy also submitting something. It's probably not by just Mac of Floppy, it's probably Floppy, but I have to correct this afterwards. Text demo invitation. I'm saying invitation, but it's probably not an invitation. A retext demo by Brainstorm, which is really cool to still see text mode demos. There used to be yearly text mode demo competition happening every single year on December, which was been discontinued. I don't know exactly what year it was discontinued, but it might have been around this time, maybe slightly later, and they still happened. Around 2012, so curious. And then Pentacube winning the competition again with another very, very well produced demo. 2013, let's take a look. 18 demos again. A demo making fun of Nosfe. EZO Represent, which is always cool to see. Broken Mind by Laserboy and Hot Multimedia. Lorraine Productions doing Man on Array. Rowan Berries by Brainstorm and Traction. A poetry demo, if I recall correctly. Also very interesting to check out. Road to Revision, I have no recollection of this. Interludium, this was a particular one. So since the competitions at Revision are usually so long, RBBS, along with Darklight, decided to make an Interludium demo, which was played exactly in the middle of the competition and give you a timer and this very chilled out aquarium with fish floating around, and gave you exactly, I think it was 5 minutes to go to the bathroom if you hadn't had the chance to go to the bathroom yet. So this special Interludium demo that you could take the opportunity to, go to the bathroom, order another beer, and make sure that you haven't missed anything on the demo compo, because it can be quite long. 18 demos, about 3 minutes each. It can go well over an hour. House of Spunk by Gamel Opland of 1891. Protect 1 by Guideline, the Dutch people represent. Saudade by Halcyon and Satori. Satori using music by a Halcyon artist. I think it was even mastered or remastered by Dune of Orange. And very, very cool experimental demo by Satori, as usually they are always slightly psychedelic experimental demos, which is really totally my cup of tea. Razer 1911, Glass Vector from Hell. I believe this was Rez coding this one. Probably tracked by Dubmood. Poobrain representing, getting 7th place with PB01 Party Gipfel. Then Intrinsic by JVB and Genie, which had a very on-point syncing as far as I remember. One Finger by Keulers. They come back into the scene with a new demo. Pentacube this year only getting 4th place. 3rd place to Nuance and Vantage. 2nd place to Exoframe by Cocoon, which had recently came back to activity on dominating the PC scene for quite a few years. They did like quite a few demos in this. I'm not sure if 2013 was the year that they came back. They might have came back a bit earlier, but not tackled Revision itself. But here they did a demo for Revision. They got 2nd place out of it. And then the winner was Cloud Kicker and Fairlight, demo led by Smash while he was still doing stuff, probably made with Notch. So yeah, doing this very cool effect that you can see here on this screenshot right here, and really good demo, really good demo. Revision 2014, 19 entries this year, a couple of ESO entries as usual to kick off the compo. Interstellar Overdrive by Atom Delta, some headlines for Yugi by Nacolor, Shadow and Glass by Edge of Panic, I Was Once Here by Brainstorm, carrying out the legacy. I think this one was still made by Preacher, always doing like a small poetry demo. What I call poetry demos, not sure if the official technical term would be that, but always very good, always very interesting to check out. Not very good for compos, but it's a nice moment in the competition, which is also important in my humble opinion. Heartful Hillbillies doing another entry again, still not placing very well. Poobrain also doing another entry, also not placing very well this year. Guideline with Onwards, Cybercat with Insurance, Old School Never Die by Emeroids. I'm not sure if this is the same Emeroids from the Atari days, curious. Essence of Life doing I think they're newcomers, I could be wrong, so I'm gonna shut up now. I don't remember the demo though, so but I know that they will be do something on the previous years as well. New by Still, which had a very cool style as well, completely if you're watching this on live stream as I was, you couldn't really understand anything from the demo, so an encoder killer is the technical term for that, but a really good demo. Shambhala by Alcatraz, Scarecrow by Plipe Psycho, which is really cool to see. They're Norwegian and they usually release stuff at the Gathering. This year they came to Revision. A VIP 2014 invitation by X-Man, VIP being the party happening in France. Pentacube this time getting 3rd place with the Wizard of Cause. Titan getting 2nd place with Blitzkritter, and 1st place going to Cocoon with Observatory. So Cocoon is back to stay. 2015, 18 entries again. Last place goes to Flow, an experimental group from Finland. QB Party Invitation. We accidentally, your whole audience, a joke on Rez doing we have accidentally stolen your vote disc. Simulatio Invitation by Flow as well. Particular Struggle by Next Gen. I don't recall this demo. Invitation by Brain Control, Digital Demolition, and Warpster. Invitation to what? I do not know. It doesn't say on the title. I think it might be Nordlick from the screenshot. Ode to Joy by Poobrain, getting 12th place this year. Brainstorm doing another of their poetry stuff, this time with Vatera, getting 11th place. Epoch number 6 by Substance J and Sundancer. They already participated on the previous year. Axley Idiot by Expert. Expert being a top-notch Finnish group that always makes some very funny things. Solitude by Mr. Vux. Deeper Focus by Adapt, also a Finnish group that usually releases at Assembly, and they started releasing at Revision, started coming to Revision. Really cool to see them here as well. A lot of Finnish presence this year. Interstace by Mankind, French group, if I'm not mistaken. The Hackers Multimedia Corporation back active again, this time at Revision with Jupiter 666 video computer system. Really cool. I love Hackers demos. They have this very unique style to them, which is always funny and gimmicky and tongue-in-cheek and remembering of the 80s vibes. So really cool. Secret Society by Hoodlum. Third place by Oniria of Brainstorm. Second place for Cocoon. They got knocked off from the first place by Ziphead, by CNCD, and Fairlight Smash with Desktop doing some kick-ass stuff. And I think the music for this one was by Hoffman, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, really cool stuff. Let's take a look at 2016. 20 entries. So you see the number of entries always around that, 18, 19, 20. So always a lot of good demo entries, which is cool. Last place to the Lost Journeyman project by Deus, Shivers from Paraguay, Triumph from Evilbot, a joke on the Evilbot theme, Fields of Glass by Traction, another of the poetry demos from Preacher, Kicking the Bot by X-Men, Pooh Brain getting 15th place this year, Simulation, an invitation for Emulatio Demo Party, Ivory Labs, another Finnish group doing their demo release at Revision. Terabyte by Aberration Creations and Decree, which I think they are Polish. Nuance doing another Revision demo, as they always do. Holon, the German group, also releasing Nautilus. The Deadliners releasing Nautile. So someone had a meeting, they decided to do Nautilus-based demos for Revision. The Deadliners was a new group made by old demo sceners from the old Amiga days, and they resurfaced, restarted, rebooted, and I think this was one of the first releases that they did when they came back. Probably might have been earlier than this, but yeah, really cool to see old school people active again. 149 by Digimind and Skype doing an invitation for the Ukrainian demo party that was happening back then. Everything is Static, Still Collapsing, Digital Dynamite, and United Force. I love Slice Splice demos. I think they are awesome. He always has this very unique style to them. Here getting 7th place. Yeah, it's really cool to see them releasing at Revision as well and not just Function as they usually do. Satori back again as well, very prolific during these years, this time with 400, with a very interesting soundtrack out of the box for what usually happens on the demo scene. A really cool demo. The Zara Hustler by Yugs, very good tech house demo. Controversial visuals because it featured a female model, and you're not supposed to show female models in the modern days because it's a critique to females in the demo scene, which is a weird discussion, but you know, it is what it is. True Colors from Still, another demo from Still, so they did 2 demos for this compo in particular. And I like both of them. I think I like Through the Cracks better. Through the Cracks was a completely encoder killer though. It had feature like lots of lines and small things that don't encode very well. This year, the top 2 positions switched. So CNCD and Firelight got 2nd place with this very highly particle-based thing using depth of field. I want to say depth of field, but that's not the correct term for it. It's depth buffer information of the camera. You can see the singer and dancer in part, but it felt a bit of like a one-trick pony, and that might have hurt them a little bit, but it was still a very good soundtrack, very well produced in terms of design and technological achievement, made with Notch, again the tool that Smash had been developing for his commercial enterprises, commercial adventures, I don't know what to say. Shapeshift by Cocoon won the compo this year in particular, Revision 2016. So Cocoon and CNCD Firelight always taking the top spots on this early years of Revision. Let's take a look at 2017, how things changed. More entries this year, 26 overall, as you see. I'm going to skip a few because otherwise the video is going to be very long, but you can see the usual names. Very interesting brainfuck entry in particular, which is really cool to see. PandaCube only getting 16th place this time with a collaboration with Acoustic Crouch. Yumalauta getting 15th. Solitude by Aberration Corporations. Terraforming by Hoodlum. Ray by LNX, the French group. Vianki by Not Yet the Rusty Collective. Very good art style, very unique, using this kind of watercolor things, as you can see on the screenshot. Intrinsic 2 by Scum of the Earth was also interesting demo, very clean. Shine by Digital Dynamite and United Force. Slice by again using Boise's engine. Electric Forest by Still, which I think was an invitation for Evoke, if I'm not mistaken. Deep in the Underground by Vacuum, which was an invitation for Underground Conference. From Under by Still, and I really don't remember this demo any. Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. This portal sort of thing. Yeah. Cool demo as well. Holland, invitation for Evoke. 20 years of Evoke. What are you thinking about by Ninja Dev? Love this demo. The attention to detail on the sinks, the freshness of the whole thing, like completely different from what you usually see on the demo scene. So I really love Ninja Dev, and this demo in particular was really well made as well. No Ambition, collaboration from some Russian demo sceners using music from Radix. Had a very interesting concept of just heavily synced based and just using this face model. Not sure it completely worked, but it was very interesting to see regardless. And it's another of those demos that you need to play on real hardware, otherwise the encoder will just make a mess out of all the small lines that are being drawn. A really cool demo to see. In second place, and a bit of a shocker to a lot of people, Hello Kevin, A Dental Journey. So we were talking about pre-Hello Kevin and post-Hello Kevin Space Pigs. So this is when the Hello Kevin happened. So it became a little bit of an experimental demo that was a bit of a joke and a parody, a weird humor sort of thing, and people really resonated with it and voted it high, but it didn't really have those traditional demo scene values of, having proper effects and technological achievements. It went more for a gimmick, a joke, a specific concept that went in this weird spiral of humor, which was very what the fuck, but still very interesting to see. I really enjoyed the demo, but I can understand why a lot of the people were a bit upset that it ranked so high. The winner was Soul Splitter by Cocoon, massive demo, really well made as well. And Cocoon retaining their dominance over Revision PC Compo. No CNCD Firelight this year, too busy with notch stuff, I guess. Then the next year, we had also 22 entries, a lot of participation, invitation for Assembly, invitation for Simulatio, another entry by JVB, which is also always very on point with their syncs. Ninja Dev doing a cool behind the scenes. They did the invitation for Revision this year, and this demo was like a spin-off showing how they did the invitation in a way, but still very cleverly done and very interesting to follow. EOS also doing very realistic stuff. I think it's actually an invitation for Nordlicht as well. Insomnia by Mr. Vux. Adapt coming back again to Revision, this time getting 8th place. Nuance coming back to Revision again. Holland coming back to Revision again with a very cool demo. You can see the same groups, but still delivering really cool stuff. And that's one of the magical things about the demo scene and following the historic of a group throughout, of a demo party sequence of events throughout the years, is that you see the same groups showing what they've been done throughout the year, and you can see the style that remains the same, or some certain continuity in terms of style and ideas and concepts, and also the evolution that they did throughout the years, which is really cool to witness. And it's one of my favorite things of the demo scene, and why I so much love, knowing all these different things of the different years of the demo scene, is watching the evolution of these different groups and how they changed things. Aurora by Access. Access is a long-time PC group as well, from Norway. They hadn't been releasing at Revision, but they released this year. Space Pigs did Echo Chamber, which was another very interesting demo following the Kevin world, cinematic world, but also very meta and self-reflecting on the demo scene, which was really cool to see. And then Cocoon versus Fairlight on the top positions again. Wonder got second place by CNCD and Fairlight, and Block 1 by Cocoon and Fairlight got first place. I'm not sure if Block 1 uses Notch. I don't think it does. I think it still uses, and I can see real quick, right? We can click, right? No, it uses Notch. So this was the year that NTSC got shit because he started using Notch instead of their own, because they've been using their own engine for all this time. But then at this point, I believe NTSC officially joined Notch, or was planning to join Notch, or was playing with the tool of Notch that Smash had been developing and turning into a commercial product. And since he's been using it, he decided to make a demo out of it, which became Block 1. Which is sad for the rest of Cocoon coders, you know, that are no longer involved with the demo making process. But it's, I mean, if NTSC wants to make demos with Notch, let the NTSC make demos with Notch. You know, you should make demos with whatever you want, you are more comfortable with using. But this definitely started a little bit of... or rehashed the controversy if you should be using external tools to do your demos or not. And there are a lot of people in the demo scene that feel very strongly that you should make your own engines, make your own tools, and this is cheating if you use someone else's engine. Some people draw the line at it needs to be... you can't use a commercial engine, and some people don't give a shit about that, like me. I think you should make a demo with whatever you're comfortable making demos with. It should be a creative thing, not bang your head against the wall for 3 years trying to get an engine up to speed with whatever state-of-the-art you might be aiming at, sort of thing. Anyways, discussion for another video. Let's go to 2019. Only 20 entries this year, not as many as the previous year. Very cool to see Fairlight doing more Notch releases, in this case partnering up with ODD and getting the 18th place with Hakamus, which is an old franchise of the demo scene. So it's cool that Fairlight gave them a hand getting a proper engine to run their demo on. Also some Faryan Invitation by Yumalauta. Iodine 131 by Psychographics. I do not recall this demo. I have to check it again. Roti doing some experimental stuff as well. Cafe Party Invitation. Acid Dust in Space by the Heartful Hillbillies. Again, they always released at Revision, or not always, but quite a few times released some stuff at Revision. The Razor is Dead by Laboteur Prout, making a stab at Razor 1911. Everything Repeats by Pannonia All Stars. Hatch by Cookie Collective, the proficient Cookie Collective that kind of helped and still are very active in the whole live coding community behind the demo parties that took off with shader showdowns and shader coding. Cookie Collective is a collective that joined together based around Paris area in France, and they organize regular events like physical events to do jam parties, go to some cafes, do some exhibitions. They do all sorts of different things, and they really brought new blood, like starting to get working to shader coding, just to test stuff, to jam, to learn how to code, and then bring them to Revision to participate at the shader showdowns. And eventually some of those people ended up doing 4Ks, demos, those kind of things. So big shout out to Cookie Collective. I think they do great work in terms of demo scene outreach to bring new talent back into the demo scene, while still doing demos while at it, not just focusing on live coding, but still doing demos. Rebels, The Legends, this time doing Subway 4. Hoodlum, also a very old group, doing Vox Machina. We March Forward by Edge of Panic. Ninja Dev, once again, doing a very cool demo. Flat Shade Society, really love this demo as well. I really love the style of Ninja Dev, I can't stress it enough. VO by JVB, once again, has been a recurring name on this Revision compos and always has very good attention to sync. That's my main takeaway point from JVB's demos. They always are like monochromatic, but very good sync at the same time. So really cool to see. Desire getting 5th place, Adapt getting 4th place, so Adapt slowly reaching up to the top positions. Limp Ninja did the Transform 3 demo this year, also an invitation for Evoke, I believe. Aurora 05 by Cocoon got 2nd place, and this time it was Space and Vacuum with Airplane that took the 1st place, not CNCD Farlight. 2020. A little bit more activity. This was the online version, but the first online edition of Revision. But as you can see, it didn't really change that much the number of PC Demo Compo entries that were submitted to the competition. Still felt very much business as usual. So let's take a look at the quality of them. Invitation for Chaos Construction, an entry by Desire, Activate Retro by Flying Cows Incorporated. Is this really the PC Compo? Because it looks... I guess I took photos and included them in the demo. I was confused for a second there if this was the wild Compo and I had screwed up preparing the video. Midori by S-Video. 5711 Seconds by Liquor's Boys. This feels like a 5711 demo. Ifole by Writer, newcomer to the demo scene back then. Very stylish look and does an effect every single day. Crazy guy, and I really hope to see more entries from Writer in the demo scene. I think this was his only entry so far. Live the Trance by Zakul of Norfarin. Cartago Party Teaser by Yugi Kartinen, which is same person behind Yugs, and Complex as well, the old Finnish group. Invitation for Chaos Constructions. Second one by New Order, and this is cool because this was made by newcomers to the demo scene, and they're specific newcomers, they're teenagers, which is not very common on nowadays demo scene. Used to be a lot more common back in the days. And there were sons of different French demo sceners who, seen their parents working on demos for different parts of their growing up, and their parents decided, to help them a little bit to make a demo. So the kids made the demo. They had some orientation from the parents, but New Order is the new group made by these teenager kids. There are kids from demo scene parents, so it's really cool to see new blood on the demo scene. And it wasn't just a one-trick pony. They did several demos. This was their second demo, obviously, but they did more after that as well, and then ended up collaborating with their parents, like the parent actually doing something for the demo, not just being there as moral support and telling them where to read the tutorials on the internet. 11th place to Hackers Media Industries, this time with Transmitting Beyond, Parallel Multiverse from Apis, Eternal Fortress by Pysic, which was preview of what would come on a few years down the line, on another demo that he worked on. He already started using fractals on this one. Dopamine Craft by the Planet of Leather Moomins, made by Feather. Really cool, using their Visor engine that they were working on, and it made some very cool scenes, and a comeback to making demos as well. Home by Still always doing some very stylish demos. Twisted by Floppy, the Polish demo group representing again. Isolated in Sunlight, another Preacher demo, this time ranked slightly higher. I really like the feeling on this one. It's very cool post-rock ambient piece as music, and I think it really worked very well. Asahi by Futuris got 4th place. Cocoon only got 3rd place this year. Holland and MFX won got 2nd place with Cathodoluminescence. Really cool techno demo, and the 1st place, which was beloved by a lot of people, newcomer group Spectrals, are made with newcomers with some help from some veterans, made some graphics for them. Alcoma made the music for them, but the coders themselves were all newcomers to the demo scene at this point. They made this killer, very big demo called VX2, a little bit of an homage to some fantasy machines or virtual machines, made-up machines, let's call it like that, from the 80s and 70s, and really well made demo. And they won the Compo with a lot of praise, and a lot of people enjoyed that demo a lot and gave it a lot of big support. 2021, we had pretty much the same amount of demos, not much difference. You can see same groups, new groups, invitation for assembly, secret stage boss, really cool to see by Japanese seniors as well, which is also the cool thing about being an online party now. It's a lot easier for international people to submit stuff remotely. So that's one of the few benefits of the pandemic, was opening the demo scene a bit more to more parts of the demo scene that would not normally participate now felt a bit more included into the whole experience because everyone was watching from their sofa, not just them. 30 Years Abyss Connection release, another Hacker Media's Industries demo. Latitude Independent Association, the people from Argentina as well, doing a demo as well. CN 112 with Gardilu, Escapist Island by Vacuum, Sable and Silver by Wendek, Dark Matter by Futuris, which already did something in the previous year, More by MFX, also very techno-based demo if I recall correctly, Strings by Wake, and I think the people behind Wake are also connected with Still, if I'm not mistaken, or they use the engine from Still, something like that. Babylon by Cocoon only getting 6th place this year, a very surprising placing. Umbra by Bitbenders getting 5th place. Color by Ninja Dev, using this exploration of light refraction, which was really interesting to see. There by Still, which was an amazing demo. Really love demo of the year for me. Great moment watching the stream. I think everybody felt it. Really, really cool demo. And A New World Awaits, I was talking about this from the previous year. Basic had been messing around with fractals and doing, modern rendering on fractal systems. And he apparently was unemployed for a month or something like that. And he been working on this new demo with this new technology. And he did this demo, A New World Awaits. And he was nominated for quite a few awards for the Meteoric Awards, made it in collaboration with Blink. But the winner was Arcade from Spectrals. They already won last year, and they did this very appealing to nostalgia demo called Arcade. They got a lot of shit for appealing to nostalgia. A lot of people hated the demo because it felt a bit gimmicky, like that it only won because it's appealing to nostalgia values and stuff like that. Which is a discussion for another video. The demo is still very well made and a lot of effort put into it, and great to see. And then 2022, last year, you can see slightly less number of entries, but still within the usual for revision. Let's see in terms of quality, how things change. Mrs. Beanbag releasing something, 6XL7 as well, Slipstream active again, Keen and new release Coriolis 2, late debut from Fairlix, with the first demo that he ever did, I believe correctly. Meteoric Acceptance Speech by Space Pigs, Krustistis by U+1F35E, making a little bit of a joke on the Ukrainian situation, which for me was a bit tasteless. I thought it was a bit too soon to make jokes about that, but well. Some Peaceful Shapes by Adapt, Romcom by Mikucom, which is pretty much Evil Paul and Canil, and they have this very unique style. They make demos on JavaScript using JavaScript Canvas, but their style feels very connected to the late 90s look and feel, like this dark thing with some IDM music, slightly dissonant, with very interesting choices of palette. Very cool style, very, very unique. It really stands out from the rest of the thing. Another demo that really stood out, 7 Days by 61QO. I think it's their first demo from a Japanese thing. Very conceptual sort of piece. Got nominated for a Meteorics Award as well for Best Concept, I guess. A Better Place by Underground Conference, organization team inviting you to go to Underground Conference. Lato by Nupu, also being released. And the cool thing about this this demo is that this Nupu fella had been releasing on the previous years of Revision a demo talking about the scanner that he was building. He was doing like this 3D scanner, scanning a toilet and then scanning a barn, I think. And then he actually made a real-time demo using materials from the scanning things. And now I'm wondering if I'm getting the right person correctly. And if I'm not screwing this up, I'm going to click on it and check. It is. I am saying this correctly. Awesome. Let's go back. Rainbow Clash, Disco Apocalypse, Digital Dynamite, and United Force. Slice Pie as usual, I love his work, really cool. Sulcus by Bitpandas got 4th place. Very good soundtrack, but the animation felt a bit not hitting the mark. They got a lot of criticism because of that. Let This Darkness Be, for me, it was the most stylish production on the Compo itself. Really good looking and very tight syncs. Tigris by MFX, always. I love MFX. I'm an MFX fanboy since the 90s. Whatever they do, if it's slightly experimental, I like it. It's slightly more popular, I like it. So it's hard for me to talk about MFX without praising them. Tigris in particular was a more experimental entry. If I remember correctly, this was the one that had like a sea sort of thing and shapes coming out of the sea. So looked a bit creepy, but still pretty good demo. And then the winner was Miyagi by Futuris, and they had been releasing a few demos in the past. This one in particular managed to hit more of the marks on the points, and they managed to win the Compo. So congratulations. Felt a bit of a rushed demo, not really pulled through, but it was a good demo. It was solid demo, good music, good effects, good scenes. Congratulations, Futuris. So this is the state of the PC demo competition. So now you might be wondering what will happen now when we're back to revision in person, physically. Will we have Cocoon again coming back to releases? Will we have CNCD and Firelight coming back to releases? We'll have Panda Cube coming back to releases. That would be interesting. That would make for a fun compo. So very curious to see who managed to get a demo finished for this compo, and it will be the highlight of the party as usual. So hope you're excited for the competition. Hope you have your entries ready. See you at revisions. Probably the last hype video that I'm gonna do on this series. And yeah, see you next time. Bye bye everybody. Take care. Have a great day. Safe travels to revision.